Okay, hi guys. So today we're going to be going over another important topic in Python, which is called for loops. Now, for loops are used to iterate through basically lists of items, which is great because we did lists in the last video, so if you haven't seen that video yet, you might want to check it out. Okay, so let's get started. So we can create a list of things, and I'll just call this list, I'll just call it things. And let's do like fruits or something, like a shopping list, I think. Okay, so we'll say apples, parentheses, oranges, and then let's say, again, parentheses, let's say berries. Okay, cool. We have our list. And now let's say we want to print out each of the things in our list. Well, we could go through and we could individually print out apples, we could individually print out oranges, berries, blah, 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 blah. But let's say we have a list of 100 things. It's going to be a whole lot harder to go through and print out every single thing we want in our list. So we can use for loops for this. And how we can do that is we can say for I can be anything. Or you can, that could be any variable. It doesn't have to be I. I'm just using I. For I in things. And then we can say print I. And then we can run this. And we can wait for Python. Okay. And it prints apples, oranges, and berries. Cool. Okay, so there's a lot more things we can do with for loops. It doesn't just have to be strings. It can be, let's give a list of nums, and we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. Let's say we want to find the sum of all these numbers. Well, we can use for loops to do that. So I'm going to start off with creating a variable called total, which is equal to 0. And then what I can say is I'm just going to use x, for x in nums. So if I want to go through and add up each of these numbers, what I can then do is say total plus equals x. Now what the plus equals is doing is that's the same thing as saying total equals total plus x. That's the same thing. Okay. And then I can print total. Okay, and it gives us 15, which 15 is this. 15 should be the sum of numbers in that list. Okay, cool. So, what else can we do? Well, instead of using a list of numbers, we can say I'll just use E. For E in a range, we can use this range command, which it takes, it's even popping up for you. It takes a start and then a stop. So basically it includes the number you start, but it does not include the number you stop at. So for E in range 1 through 6, that would return us the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what we want, not for E in range 1 through 5. Okay, and then let's just say we want to find the total of this too. So again, we'll create another total variable, set it equal to 0, and then we again can say total plus equals E print total. Okay, and let's just run this. Okay, and it gives us 15 again. Awesome. Okay, so let's do a little more with this. Let's say we want to, let's say we want to add all the numbers in our list that are divisible by 2. Okay, so I'm just going to use the same, we can say total equals 0, and I'm just going to use the same range of numbers for E in range 1 through 6, which is again just going to give us the numbers 1 through 5. And what I can use that modulus operator that I've used in previous videos. Again, basically what the modulus operator does is it gives us the remainder. So if I want to see if something's divisible by 2, what I can say is if e modulus 2 equals 0, then I can say I don't know why I said so. Total plus equals e. And then let's print e. Okay. Okay, that gives us 5. Because what it's doing is it's adding all the numbers that are divisible. Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to print e. I meant to print total. My bad, sorry about that, guys. Okay, cool. That gives us 6, because what it's doing is it's adding the numbers that are divisible by 2. Now, what are the numbers that are divisible by 2? 2 and 4. So it's adding 2 plus 4 to give us 6. Okay, so we can also, let's say instead of finding the total of numbers that are divisible by 2, we want to add them to another list. So what we can say is for e, I'm going to use different letters, for x in range, we can say 1 through 6 again. I'm still using the same range, and I'll still do for x modulus 2 equals 0. Now, let's say this time I want to append these to a list. So I'll start off like, I'm going to create a list. I'm just going to call it even, set it equal to a blank list. And we did lists in the previous video, so this is how you declare and create a list. And so if I want to add something to a list, what I can just use the append function. And how the append function works is I can just say the name of the list, so even.append x. And then I can say print even, and it will print, and it prints, cool, it prints the values of even. So this append, what even.append is doing is it's just adding the numbers that are divisible by 2 to our list. And then when we print out the values that are in our list, we get 2 and 4, because those are the values that are evenly divisible by 2. Okay, so maybe now this might be a long video, but okay. So now that we've done some for loops with numbers, okay, so we just did some for loops with numbers. Well, now maybe we could start doing some for loops with some strings. Okay, so I'm gonna say we'll do text, and we'll create this variable equal to input, and then we'll say enter some text. Now let's say we want to see if they entered, let's say we want to keep track of how many vowels are entered in the text. So I'll create a variable called vowels, set it equal to 0, and I'll say for t in text, if t in text, and then I'll say if t in, and we'll, instead of text, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a list of our vowels here. So we would need A, E, I, O, and then U. Okay. And I guess I could convert that to lowercase, but it's fine. Okay. And then we'll say t plus equals 1. And we'll just say for t, oh, sorry, my bad, that should be vowels plus equals 1. Okay, I knew something wasn't off right there. And then we'll say print vowels, and I'll see if this works. Enter some text. I'll say hello, and this should, okay, yeah, that works. It returns 2 because there are 2 vowels in hello. So we're taking the user's input when they enter some text. I have the count of vowels is assigned to 0, and then we're counting the vowels. Now let's say instead of counting the vowels, we want to append them to a list. Cool. All we have to do is say vowels.append T, I guess. That's not. Enter some text. Hello. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot, you're right. I can't do that because I'm trying to count. If I wanted to vowels.append. Yeah, sorry. That wouldn't work. Okay, I'll just go back to vowels plus equal 1. I kind of forgot what I was doing there. Okay, so, let me think of any other example. Oh, how about, if we wanted to, this isn't a string example, but how about if we wanted to, how about for the challenge, if we wanted to find the highest number in a list. So I'm going to create another list called nums, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I know the highest number is 5, you know the highest number is 5, but let's create a for loop to do this. So we'll say highest number, and since before it starts, the highest number would be 0. And so we want to go and we want to compare all of our numbers to 0, and each number we compare would be our highest number, and then what we're doing is we're comparing each number to that highest number. Hopefully that makes sense. So I can say for n in nums, my bad, and this is when we're going to be doing the comparison. We can say if num is greater than, if I could spell, that'd be really nice, highest number, and then we can say highest number is equal to n. Is equal to n, because what we're doing is if n is higher than the highest number, then our new highest number would be n. And then what we can say is we can say print highest number, or num, and hopefully this will return 5. Oh, sorry, I forgot to cancel the other thing. Yes, it returns 5. Cool. Okay, so we've gone over some for loops, and hopefully you guys can see how you can apply these to some important concepts in Python. And that's about it, so stay tuned for the next video in this series.